Rosann, we've known each other for 3 decades.
Yes, a long time.
And you have been a professional counselor.
As you have been a professional counselor, how many people have we known in Hong Kong?
Yes, quite a lot.
So many different people.
And so many changes.
And that's why we want to think about women now and women then, and how women have changed over these years.
That must be very interesting.
Yes.
And it covered different generations.
Always.
Well, if they're interested in what we are talking about, how are they going to find us?
You're going to find us Tuesday night, 9 o'clock, PsychoAlchemy. We are Women Now and Then.
See you there.
Dorothy,
Yes.
how good to be back again.
Yeah, looking
How good
forward
be-
to this program every time.
And this program, this one's special, Dorothy. You know all the things we've been talking about. Identity, the body, the money, the friends, the mother, the father, the men. It's all people.
Yes.
Today, we're talking about stuff.
Yes.
We're talking about things.
Yes.
The things in our life.
Quite a lot.
Can things be meaningful in people's lives?
Well, to me, everything is meaningful.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's why I think I consider myself half a hoarder,
No,
Yeah.
not really.
especially books.
Oh, yes. No, I would have quite a collection of books also.
Yeah.
But why is it we're talking about things? They mean something to
Oh,
us.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You want to do a memory of something that's really important to you? Something that's really important to me is the cup that I drink coffee from
Really?
every morning.
Well, I think photographs.
Photographs.
Wow, I kept so many photographs. And sometimes if there's some sort of school reunion,
Yeah.
and you know, people will usually get sentimental and say, can you dig out some photos? No problem. I kept my
Really?
kindergarten photos. And sometimes, and
Dorothy.
I have such good memories, and even like almost 50 years back, right? So when I bring in some of those photos from primary school, so when
Yes.
we were like 6 or 7, I actually can name these people.
I am in awe. Things. I was thinking of a coffee cup.
No,
You
not
have
really.
photographs.
I have photographs.
And you can remember the names?
Most of them. Yeah.
Wow,
A very good memory. I think once I have interaction with people,
Yes.
I remember, and it's even more frightening to my classmates.
Yes.
I don't just remember the names, I more or less remember what happened during particular time.
Some story.
Some
yeah.
story. I'm good storytelling. And so
Yeah.
every time when there's this kind of reunion, they always talk about something, and I will be the one, they always go back and, okay, Dorothy, confirm. Is it really like that?
Whoa. Oh my goodness.
Yes,
Oh
yes.
my goodness.
And like
photographs will do
photograph.
that.
Yeah, because
Must-
I'm not a coffee drinker, so the
Oh.
mug is not such a big thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just different.
Yes, yes.
Just different.
Yeah.
But we ask for one thing. For me, the morning begins with a particular cup. Now, I might have a dozen cups in my house, a dozen mugs, but there's one that makes the morning complete. I like the look of it. I like the feel of it.
Yeah.
So something about a thing is comforting to
To
a
you.
person.
Yeah, I
to
see.
me.
I see.
To me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something in your house. What's comforting to you in your house?
Well, in my house, I actually I still have a few stuffed animals
yes.
by the side of my bed.
Right.
You know, sometimes I every time I want to, so okay, take a look at it. Okay, that was like 20 years ago. I got it in Seattle, so maybe it's time to just give it away.
Maybe
But the thing is, it's already. Even I wash it many times. I remember there's this snowman,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I gave it a name. It's called Snowy. Right,
Yeah.
and Snowy is now already gray in color. It's more dusty, right?
But you remember that
Yeah,
that is
that's
some-
a comfort.
isn't
Yeah.
that- Now I have 2 dolls in my house. One, you remember the rice patty dolls?
Oh yeah.
Well, my daughters love those.
rice patty doll. Yeah, yeah.
And they each had one eventually.
Uh-huh.
But then I bought one for myself.
Really?
And my rice patty doll is sitting there with my book.
Okay.
And then I had a daughter who was living for a while in Myanmar, where the women have powder on their cheeks.
Uh-huh.
So I got a Myanmar doll.
Oh, I I see.
And she sits there. So I don't have names for them.
Oh,
Dorothy.
I see.
Do you have names for your stuff?
Yeah.
So we have something that's animated,
Uh-huh.
but not quite. It stays still, but it's animated in our memory. Is that why we save things? Because
Yeah, I guess so. But there are certain things in the house is like a necessity, right?
Okay.
The bowls, the cups, the mugs, and all those things. And actually, when you ask me, I I have I have no tendency to throw things away. I actually kept some of my china, I think all the way back to 35 years when I first came back to Hong Kong, and very soon I moved on.
35
Oh
years?
yeah.
You've kept things for.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Mm.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I don't know if somehow one day I take maybe I make a dish and I search around and I find this dish, and I have very strong sentimental relationship with that dish.
Yes.
Maybe that was the time when I start making my own little steamed fish for my
Oh,
husband
yeah.
then. So
Yeah.
I have a very unique relationship with that
Ah.
dish, and I can never see. Maybe it's from my mother or from my grandmother. At that time, we don't throw away things.
Yeah.
We don't give away things to the Salvation Army then.
Yes,
Because
yes.
at that time there's no
The
Salvation
Salvation
Army.
Army, yes.
So the thing is, you try to keep everything, and for a family of maybe I think I did mention maybe in this program or in another program, when I was young.
Yeah.
My parents, in order to make ends meet, we
Yeah.
actually sublet part of the our
Of course,
apartment out,
of course.
right?
Very common
Right.
among
So
us.
there's a lot of people in the house, and we don't really have too many bowls and dishes. So it's something very precious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like maybe for a table of 8 people eating, we all eat. We all have a rice bowl.
Yeah.
Actually, we don't have a soup bowl because we use the same bowl for soup.
Yes.
And then we maybe have 3 bigger dish.
Yes.
And then some of the dish are like how to say aluminum. Yeah. And those are mainly for steaming food.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So
Yeah,
it's usually only 4 or 5 dishes. And in order to make the place clean, when I was young, I always remember when we set up the table, first of all we get newspaper. We put we don't have
Yes.
tablecloth. We actually have newspaper.
Lots of people.
Lot
did
of
that.
and then the dish are put on top of it. And if we are eating fish or shrimp or whatever with shells and with bones, we'll just put it on the newspaper.
Paper.
So after that, we'll just clean up,
roll the newspaper, make it tight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
how. And we don't need to clean so many dishes then, right?
Yes. Yes, that's
Chopsticks,
very true.
A rice bowl, and we don't. I think at the beginning we don't even have individual. Is a saucer?
Yes.
Right. It's
yes.
only when I think we get richer, we have individual saucer and a spoon for the soup. And I remember my family are quite hygienic.
Yes.
So at that time we each had our own bowl. So if we get the soup, we drink from our own bowl. But I think a lot of family, they just make a big bowl of soup and they have a big spoon, they put it on their own bowl, and they don't even have individual spoon, they just drink like
Ooh,
this.
Just drinking, yes.
Yes.
Just drinking.
So
yes.
so I think women then already know they have to save up a lot of money. They don't break their china easily. If there's some crack, they still use it. And I don't know whether you know, at that time there are specialists in sort of
fixing the china.
fixing
Yes.
the china.
Yes.
Now something happened. Your Filipino maid will just go to the dustbin.
Right.
Mom, buy another one back.
Oh
Or I
my
will go
God.
to the market and pick up 3 more spoons. Why 3?
Yeah.
Oh, I broke the other 2 the other days.
Woo! Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Mm.
It's funny. When I was growing up,
Mm-hmm.
summers, my grandmother was living alone. So my mother sent me to live with my grandmother.
Uh-huh.
And my grandmother, I'm not sure why, but she had clear plates
Uh-huh.
that were blue,
Oh, dark blue?
dark blue. I don't know, but 3 of them.
Okay.
There were 3 of them. I have looked for clear plates that are dark blue. I cannot find them. U.S. or here. Where did...
Get-
So they must have been left over from the 1930s. They were in her kitchen, 3 blue plates.
Uh-huh.
But I find that if I see a blue glass for drinking or a blue dessert bowl, I buy it. And until you started talking about when you were young, when I was young, my grandmother, those blue plates, she didn't want me to break them. I had to be very careful setting the table.
Yes.
Just for the two of us. We said, oh my goodness, those blue plates. But I liked the feel of them. And you can see I like blues and purple.
Obviously.
Always wearing blues and purple. Love those colors. That's something what we remember.
Yeah.
It's not exactly the same, but something close.
Yeah.
Unconscious memory
Right.
almost. Yes.
And you know, a lot of people have, well, actually now I have a lot of clothes too.
Yeah.
Clothes and other stuff that, I don't know, everything to me has some sort of sentimental reason. And that's why it's so hard for me to throw away clothes too. You know, even though I buy a lot, but I keep a lot. I remember, maybe now it's 2019. In 2015, I finally decided to throw away a, how to say, like those, it's not a shawl, but it's something you pull over your head. Poncho, right.
Yes.
But it's much nicer poncho.
Yes.
It's more, I think I got it my first year in United States as a freshman.
Yes.
This boyfriend of me, and he was from Princeton. And he came to New York to sort of date me. And he said, wow, New York is so cold. So why don't you have a poncho? And that one was very Indian, like those authentic, you know.
Yes.
And actually, I think I worn it 3 times because it's kind of odd, right?
Yes.
At that time, you don't even can put your hand out from the inside. So you are more like an Indian girl. You wear that and you're like...
Yes.
Since I was 19.
Really?
I threw it away when I was 50.
It was time.
5, something like that, right? And you know, every time I got this poncho out from the closet, I look at it, I said, come on, I haven't wear it for over decades. Why am I keeping it? Okay, so I open up my bag, and that goes to Salvation Army, and I just go like this. And then 24 hours later, I open a bag. Well, it's so sentimental value. And I just pick it up and I hang it back.
Dorothy! That's lovely. What a great story.
Well, maybe that's something I remember about. His name is John. Yeah, that's something I remember about him. And that was the time when we really loved each other a lot. So to me, and interesting, a lot of people, when they said tidy up your place, throwing away clothes supposed to be the number one easiest.
Really?
In a sense, yes. Because you buy a lot, you know, you throw it away and you have more closet space and you can go out and buy some more, right? But I end up, I can't do that. I cannot do that. I even kept a, what's that called? Burberry coat. For my mom. And I think that was the time when I was 19, 20. 19-year-old or 20-year-old. My first time to UK with my mom and my brother. And you know I'm short. I cannot wear those traditional Burberry trench. Is it
trench coats?
Cannot. And too long for me. But that time they have created a little different style one. And my mom said, you must have a Burberry. Every girl had a Burberry. So I said, but too big for me. Oh, but there's this little one. And so she bought me that one. And just imagine, I kept it for over 40 years. And to me, it's because I think my mom really want to give me a gift. And I don't see the reason why I throw it away. But gosh, I didn't wear it. And that's pretty stupid. To me, everything is sentimental value. So I completely disagree with the typical art professional that teach you to tidy up. They said the easiest thing is clothing. To me, it's
I've
hard.
talked to a lot of women. Some of the easiest clothes to throw away, when a woman is pregnant, and she doesn't have so many clothes for pregnancy, but the jeans that have the expanded waist, and everything with a little more ease to it. I have heard more than one new mother say, the first thing that's leaving the house when I get home are all those maternity clothes. Want them out of this house. And I say, you sure you don't want another baby? Oh, Rosann, I'm very sure I do not want another baby. one woman I know who was running a shop for maternity clothes for women had a way of putting together a kind of kimono-like jacket.
Okay.
So that you could undo it
Yeah.
a part of it, so you could do breastfeeding.
Yes, yes, yes.
She found that women did not want to use the same clothes for pregnancy
And
as they did for breastfeeding. When pregnancy was over, those clothes left
God.
them.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Kind of like mothers with infants. When you're finished with the infant stage,
right?
all in one, the feet are wrapped in a blanket. Oh, those garments? Gone. Finished with that stage. Finished with that stage.
So it's more like a mental exercise, right? Yeah,
Well, and it's a confirmation
yeah.
that stage of your life is over.
Over. I see.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
When my daughters were growing up and I was hand washing machine washing diapers.
Right.
So there was a diaper pail in the bathroom. So the bathroom was a little crowded. We had children and we had children's toys and we had a baby bath. When the diaper pail moved out, my husband walked out of the bathroom and he said, "We have so much space in the bathroom now." And I said, "Yes, the youngest child, no more diapers."
No more diapers.
No more diaper pail. And in Hong Kong, when we had water shortages,
Right.
we had to keep extra buckets to save water because some
water.
days the water was on and some days you couldn't have water. So in the bathtub you had to keep buckets of water.
Yes.
Oh, people who live in Hong Kong in the 70s, it was something. But look at how different life is now.
Yeah.
Do you know any woman who uses cloth diapers for her child?
I think I have some relatives from the good old days.
From the
But
good
then
old
when I grew up, I think most people just no longer have that.
Well, the reason I mention it, and this is a huge topic, is that the plastic that's used in the diapers is connected to some cloth, and then there's it's if you put that in a landfill, the plastic does not dissolve.
Okay.
So the old method of diapers for babies, cloth diapers,
right.
rinse it out,
Yeah.
soak it, wash it in a washing machine, is actually in terms of the
Environmental
planet,
friendly.
in terms of the planet, it's wonderful. But mothers say they don't want it.
Oh yeah. Too
They
much
don't.
work. Yeah.
So how do we balance? How do we balance? You have your sentimental, caring things,
yes.
the stuffed animals or the clothes. I have my cup,
Yeah.
my two dolls, my two dolls. But here's our question these days: how much do we keep? How much really can we afford to keep in our house? How much stuff do we want? And if we get rid of it, where do we get rid of it? Where do we get rid of it?
Yeah.
Oh,
But I think it's first of all it's the struggle.
yeah.
Once you make up your mind and decided you have to do it, and I think automatically you will find out ways you can give it away. I think these two things have to come together. But
Yes.
first you got to make up your mind, enough is enough. I've been holding on to these things for quite some time. And once you decided that okay, it's about time to give it away, if it's still good, if it's books, some people can read it, right? And clothes, now we can give it to Salvation Army, obviously. But the thing is, in the last 20 years, I already know there are a lot of places can take some of my stuff. It's just I cannot make up my mind. Yeah, and also, and I think I have also this, maybe it's from my mother then. Well, maybe one day I can still use it.
Oh,
right?
yes.
If this style is out in this last 10 years, but
It might come back.
It might come back.
Yes.
And they are still in such good condition. And
Yes.
maybe that's something is also the fear of not having it when I need it
Yes.
in the future.
Very important.
Yeah.
Very important. Okay, so when we come back next time, we're going to talk about the fear of not having it when we need it
Yeah.
versus the joy of giving it away.
Yes.
The joy, could it be a joy?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we talk about next time.
Okay.